Dzień dobry, YouTube, Evie Tommy, to another episode of Atticus Eats. My dear friends, oh my goodness, once again, we are out in the world, and it's scary. But we're conquering fear, we're conquering social anxiety, and we're conquering agoraphobia for the betterment of ourselves and our culinary adventures. So we are united under that banner. That's wonderful. And cool people. It's great. It's actually, it's been a really interesting weather pattern recently here in Southern California. Every day, like for the past week and a half, it's been full-fledged. Spring has sprung. About mid-70s every day. No wind. Occasionally a nice cool breeze. And then that's about it. And then yesterday, it was just storm central, and we had a whole bunch of rain in the higher elevations that even got to hail, which was crazy to watch. It just came down and almost looked like snow on the ground, but it wasn't. It was hail and a bit of ice. So real cold. Then today, it looks beautiful. We've got clouds and blue skies, and it's nice, but then it's got the wind. And I don't know about you guys, I am not big on wind. Wind makes me feel chaotic, and I do not like it. I am not a fan of wind. It leaves a lot to be desired for me personally. But all the other factors and features, you know, cooler weather, you know, it's not blazing hot, but it's not frigid either. I do enjoy that. That's pretty nice. It's a nice temperature right now. It's like 60, I think. So, feeling pretty good. I have been out and about today running some errands, and oh my goodness, am I ravenous. My stomach has been speaking in tongues this whole time. And so I'm here now, and I'm chilling at a new place. This is totally new to me. I think they've only been here, I want to say, just a couple years. And this is a new restaurant, and I found out about it. I've passed by it a couple times, but I was like, eh. And what actually ended up happening is after I made my crumble cookie video, I was talking to a couple at the coffee shop at church, and they were saying, that's amazing you tried that. Have you ever tried Fun Burger? And I was like, no, I haven't tried it yet. And they were like, oh, you have to. It's the best. It's amazing. Lots of positive accolades. And so we're here today at a place called Fun Burger and BBQ, and they do just that, burgers and barbecue. They have a couple chicken sandwiches as well, and then they have like a bunch of different sides. They've got like mac and cheese, they have cilantro rice, which I don't know why you would want to eat soap, but to each their own, I guess. Whole bunch of different, like, alcoholic stuff. I don't get into that, but it's kind of like a sports bar feel. What I liked about it, though, is that they had some cool retro plugs there, including, which I showed in the B-roll here in the beginning, they had a couple of tables that had retro arcade games in it. So, Galaga, Miss Pac-Man, Space Invaders, I think, and that was really, really, really cool. That was really cool to see. I always like nods to retro things and kind of like that Americana feel. Really enjoyed that. Lady behind the counter was really nice. It was totally dead in there. They only just opened, I think, like a half hour ago for starting their day. And so, it was completely dead in there. Just had the radio going. Had a bunch of TV screens around, and it was funny. The minute I walked in, I was like, oh, it smells like kerosene. That must be the barbecue aspect of it. So, I'm not super big on barbecue in that way. I'm not really, it depends on the product, I guess. I'm not super into, like grilling ribs or things like that. I like slow-cooked meat. I like tender, melt-in-your-mouth, fall-apart meat, right? So, steaks and ribs and things like that. That's kind of how I prefer them to be prepared. But then when it comes to grilling, like burgers and stuff, love that. All day long, or pan-fried in some oil or butter. That's where it's at. So, this is really cool. Get to try something totally new. Very excited about it, my dear friends. Let's go ahead and bust this open. I always like to start by seeing what it is that they have that is like their signature thing. So, we've got some nice thick napkins. I do have the side of ranch, which is always a must, as you guys know. I'm actually going to pop this open, I'll stick it up here, and then I'll just make a complete mess of myself as I dip and then bring it over. And then we've got the brown box of glory, to-go box of deliciousness. Let's go ahead and see here what we got. Ooh! Alrighty. Hopefully we don't drop it. Let's see. Can we showcase that? Look at that. Look at that. Those fries look golden and fluffy and delicious. We'll definitely have to give that a shot. And then, oh yeah. Oh yeah. So this is the original Fun Burger, sans tomato and red onion, because you guys know. And I had them add mustard, because again, as I've stated previously, and I even told this to the nice lady in there, I'm a good Polak and I like mustard. So, very excited about this. So it's got the beef patty, what they call their fun sauce, which she described as like a Thousand Island dressing, lettuce, and pickles. So, all the good food groups. I'm hungry. Ooh, I dropped a piece of fun sauce. It tastes like all the other stuff that I've dropped here. So, I won't let that sway my opinion just yet. Alright, dashboard dining is a go. Or lap dining. Instead of... I was gonna make a bad joke. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm just gonna eat now. Nizdarovia! Wait a minute. You guys. Oh my word. This first bite, right out of the gate, tastes really, really good. This is a completely cooked through beef patty. It's got a very fluffy, pleasant, nice bun. This is not burnt at all. This is very good. Only thing I'm tasting, I am tasting a little bit of that chemically, kerosene-y taste, and it may just be a grilled taste from the patty itself. It's a little bit harsh. I guess I like my burgers more char-broiled, I think is the term, like at the Habit or things like that. I definitely like that profile more. But this is still really, really, really good. I wanna keep eating this and, like, actually give it the respect it deserves, I suppose. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Wow. Man, I'm impressed with that bun. It's a very soft, fluffy bun. Pickles are great, too. And their fun sauce, it's really nice. It's like if you were to take McDonald's secret sauce and have it taste a little bit fresher, a little bit less artificial, and it's a little bit thicker, like again, more natural. That's what that tastes like. It's really good. My mustache is definitely engaging with the mustard. My flavor saver for later. Oh my gosh. Just a little bit drippy, but I actually expected it to be like really badly greasy for some reason, and it's not. It's actually really good. It's a nice balance. On a little bit of the edge of the patty and of the bun, there's just a real gentle crunch. But it's good. Home stretch, cool people. Wow. I have to say, that was really unique. It was a really unique taste. It was really good. Comparable to like Carl's Jr. or Hardee's, that style of burger. But again, way fresher. I really like the quality of the beef. There wasn't a bunch of grizzle. However they designed their patties, it's really good, really flavorful. Again, I'm really thoroughly impressed with that bun. I feel like there's so many times where you go to a burger joint and they get so much of the same inventory that they end up kind of like using buns that are really hard, dry, or stale. And it shows in the food. Like, it's not like, oh, really fluffy and fresh tasting. This was particularly good. I really, really enjoyed this burger joint. The only thing that I have to say again is that I tasted a little bit too much of that really borderline burnt, borderline chemical-y taste that came from how they grilled it. And that's real. I think that might just be grilled flavor, and I'm not super, super big on grilled flavor. But for what it was really good. I'm gonna actually really say that that burger, especially with how fresh those ingredients tasted, how good everything was, I'm really thinking that that burger is going to be a 7.5 out of 10 for me. The thing is I feel like this is a place definitely to come back to with friends and then get their opinion on it as well. And also that's a good test for consistency. So like today, you know, everything is all fresh, everything is all new. Like they just opened, meaning, right? I'm starving, I'm going there, I'm trying it. And is it going to be consistent where the next time I go there, would it still be good? Would I still feel the same way? Or is it kind of just right? Is it really kind of just marginal? But for today, this was really good. I was actually surprised. So the fries and that burger, which came with a drink, and actually I should talk about that, $17 and change. So it's not as expensive as Five Guys, if I'm getting that correctly. Gosh, what would that be? I think it's actually more expensive than the stand. Go back and watch my videos and tell me what is the cost of the stand and what is the cost of Five Guys versus what I just said. Is this more expensive than those? Because if it is, I don't know that it's worth that much of cost difference, if I'm being honest with you. But if it's on par with those, definitely makes sense. And don't forget too, it's California, everything's expensive. What I also really love too is the drink that I got. They have bendy straws there, which is exceptionally cool for me. I always love a place that has a good bendy straw. And actually, I got something that I have not had in a very long time. I got me some Barks root beer. So, Nezdrovia people. I know that you've got the 3 different root beers, right? A&W, Barks, and Mugs. A&W, without a doubt, is the king of root beer. Because it's A&W root beer. That's just America. Also, who remembers the A&W eateries? Where you could go and get A&W root beer and you could get like, I think it was a pulled pork sandwich or something like that. It was something that my mom would always get when there was an A&W that was more local that she could go to. The only one that we've ever seen has been in northern Arizona, in a town called Seligman. They have a Chevron gas station, and the other half of the Chevron gas station is an A&W root beer restaurant. And that was always exceptionally cool to see. But I remember that my mom would always get something, and if she reminds me exactly what it was, I'll put it down here. But A&W is absolutely the king of root beer. But I really like Barks as a good secondary. If A&W is not available and I'm in the mood for a root beer, getting Barks is really good. It has more of that rich root taste, which I really like. I can remember that was like the first soda I really got into when I was like 12. I got and developed the taste for root beer, and I was like, oh, this is my thing. This is my treat. Is to get root beer. And then it evolved into like Dr. Pepper, and then I got off of soda pretty much for the most part. It's just an occasional treat now. But yeah, that was really cool. What is your favorite root beer? Type down in the comment section below. The best place to get a root beer float has consistently been Red Robin for me, and I even tried that recently with some friends from church, and it was real. Their ice cream is so good, and combined with the root beer, it's really good, and I know they use A&W root beer too, so that was really cool. A root beer float, man, that's like America, you know? One of the many great things that's come out of America is the drink of a root beer float. So, excuse me, so classic. Alright, so these fries look really good. They actually remind me of Lazy Dog fries. Let's go ahead and get a taste of these and see what's what. Hey now. Dude. They have a seasoning on them. And I'm really curious if it's... Gosh, what is that? There's a powder. Comment down in the comment section below if you know what this is. It's a powder. I don't know what it is, but it's something where if it's not what it sounds like. If you put it on something, it tastes like powdered cheese, but it's not. And it's something different, and it's actually really healthy for you. But that's what it tastes like is on these fries. And these are really, really good. Very thick, very fluffy in the center. I don't know. You just will become a part of the collection underneath my car seat. I'm trying to show my friends, gosh. Hold on a second. Let's try that again. This is why I sometimes don't show food, because catastrophes happen. And then they petrify underneath my car seat. Okay, so, fluffy, but with an awesome, awesome crunch exterior. I really like this. These fries, these are 9 out of 10 fries. No joke, completely honest with you. Seasoning, ranch, texture, cooked through, not greasy. Wow. I am thoroughly impressed. I am thoroughly impressed. Let me chow down on these fries, my dear friends. I'll come back, answer some more of your awesome questions. Oh my goodness. I couldn't stop. I did end up stopping, but I couldn't. That was really, really, really good. Those fries, I was actually very shocked by those fries. You guys know that I have very, particular taste, and there's definitely a lot of, like, to each their... I have a... What? Get out of here, lettuce. Tendril. Man, can I squirrel any more today than I already have? You guys know that I know food. And I really enjoy food. I enjoy good food. And I love kind of analyzing what makes different food places and eateries different. So again, you go for a specific taste, as opposed to just a classification of food. Like, I definitely have a favorite sushi place, like I've told you guys about. It's Tokyo Sushi. Of the fast food pizza, I definitely have a favorite now, and that's Domino's. Of pasta and Italian food, but on and on and on. There's always going to be a favorite within that. However, there's also places where you have a diversity of really good tastes and experiences, where you can say, hey, I want Mexican food, but I need to do something fast. Okay, I'll just get fake Mexican food in Taco Bell. I get the taste, cool, I've eaten, I've had my lunch break or whatever it is, let me go back to work or keep doing my errand running or whatever. If you want, whatever it might be. And burgers are one of those things where there's just so many different ways that you can design a burger. How do you have a restaurant that stands out and stands apart from the rest? where it's not just, hey, I want a burger, it's, hey, I'm craving this specific eatery. For me, if I'm gonna indulge a little bit on a burger, 9 times out of 10, if I'm near one, my preference is gonna be to go to the Habit, and it's totally because of the tempura green beans that are there. I get the burger, which is really the side. My main craving are the tempura green beans. And it's funny because in this regard, this eatery actually, in a way, is like that. These fries, I'm not kidding, were so particularly good. They are better than 90% of the French fries that are out there that we've experienced here on the channel. Infinitely better than Five Guys fries. Infinitely better than Fishtail X, which was just terrible. These fries are really, really well made. Really good. They don't have a nasty aftertaste, and yet they are seasoned well. It's not just plain potatoes. How they're cooked, the fact that they're cooked through, texture, everything. I'm actually gonna say these are about one notch below Lazy Dog fries, which Lazy Dog fries are my all-time favorite French fry, period. These are right underneath them. Very solid. And these fries are definitely, without a doubt, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 for the fries. Burger, 7.5 out of 10, only because of that weird grilled kerosene kind of taste. Not big on that. Wish they would not have had whatever it is that creates that taste. Again, could be a chemical thing for me, where my taste buds are allergic to that, you know. But this eatery as a whole, very clean inside. Lady was very nice to me. Layout was definitely interesting and cool because there was a lot of color. There was a lot of stuff on the walls. It felt like a fun place, ergo, i.e. the name, Fun Burger. Felt like a very fun place. Was really cool to hang out in. And I think this is a place I want to come back to. Maybe not necessarily on the channel, but definitely a place to come back to and eat at with friends and experience and kind of just be like, hey, what's it like, you know, like at nighttime when everybody's getting off of work? Is it really busy? Is it not? You know, do they make it a little bit more fun of a location? You know, yada yada. So definitely really cool. As I enjoy my root beer, let's go ahead and address a couple more of your awesome questions from the comments section. And friends, as a bit of housekeeping, as always, please be sure to check out the links in the description box below. There's a link to my Twitch channel where I go live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific. Would love to have you come by and enjoy hanging out with me live and with the community that's over there on Twitch. I am not going to be going live on YouTube in the immediate future. And so if you do want to interact with me live and be able to, like, again, have some camaraderie, have some fellowship, I highly, highly suggest that you go there. Make a Twitch account, totally free to you. Follow me on there, accept the chat rules when you come into a live stream, and then you'll be able to chat with me and everything will be awesome. Please be kind, please be kosher. Don't start the conversation by calling me Brick. That will make my mods get sicked on you like a band of hunting dogs. So please don't do that. We want to actually get to know you first and have you get to know me. Secondly, please be sure to check out the link to my Cameo page. I love making Cameo videos. It has been so much fun. My time on Cameo has been such a blast. I love being able to meet and interact with all of you in a more personal way. Being able to reach out not only to yourselves, but also to your family members, your friends, your co-workers, whoever it may be. And be able to just have the opportunity to make your special days extra special and create those personalized video shout-out videos. I love it, and it goes a long way to supporting the work that I do here on YouTube as well as my Twitch channel, so please consider booking a Cameo for me down below. Alrighty, and my dear friends, let's go ahead and jump on into my list of questions that I have from you amazing people, and let's see what we can answer. Okay, this is a username I don't know how to pronounce. Justini Emmy or Justin Mai? I don't know. You know who you are. Justin2876 on YouTube asks, it's obvious you're a music lover. I am. Do you play any instruments yourself? If so, what? If not, what would you like to play? Great question. Great question. So, I have had to deal with a lot of different things in my life, as you all know. I've had a lot of different situations where I have the motivation and the mindset to be interested in different things, and yet I don't have the time and the energy in order to, like, go through with it, right? As far as music is concerned, absolutely yes. As you all know, I love listening to really good music. I have my genres, my songs, my bands, my artists that I love to listen to, that I enjoy. I love being able to listen to new artists, new songs, especially recently. I've really been on a folk kick. I really love folk music. And there's a lot of more modern songs that are really cool, as well as the old classics, again, like John Denver, Jim Croce, Creedence Clearwater Revival, etc. And so, there's definitely lots of things that I enjoy in the musical realm. However, I actually do not play an instrument, and it's not only because of time, but it's actually also because of strength, and I'm gonna get to a funny story here in a minute. I think I've shared this on my Twitch live stream before, but never here on the channel. But what I usually like to say is that my voice is my instrument. I am very grateful that I have a mom who loves to sing, has sung a lot. I grew up with her singing. She never did it professionally. She did it because she enjoyed it. And she passed on that artistic capability to me. I have that ear. And I'm obviously by no means a professional singer, but I have been paid to sing. So that kind of puts me in a little gray zone of like, well, I'm not an overtly experienced professional singer, but I have been paid to sing, so that makes me a singer. And you guys know that from Brick's graduation to, you know, different animation projects like the Lion Garden Fish Hooks I was able to do where I was required to sing. And those were all incredibly fun, growing experiences and opportunities for me that I loved. So my voice is definitely my instrument. My voice is the tool that I can use to make melody, to sing, etc., etc. But there was a point in time where I had interest in learning how to play an instrument. And my mom has always said that I have beautiful piano fingers, and I do know that. And I probably could get on with playing the piano very well. I have not learned how to read music, and so I really don't know how to start that. But it is what it is. But actually, if I were to learn an instrument, like today, the violin / the fiddle has always been a very beautiful, interesting instrument to me. I think that there's its own unique and very special skill set. I had the pleasure of watching a gentleman perform live by the name of Frank Fairfield, and he actually taught himself a technique to play the fiddle, where instead of putting it up here next to his neck and holding the neck of the fiddle here and playing it like this, he actually held it low in the crook of his arm like this, and he could make his notes that way, and he played down here. He was like sawing it. And that was a really interesting technique. He's a very, very talented artist. I don't know if he's still making music, because when I had last seen him, he was my age, and that was years ago. That was like 10 years ago or more. And so, he's very cool. Frank Fairfield, please look him up. He's an absolutely outstanding artist. But actually, a lot of people don't know there was an interview going around where I talked about how Charlie, who played Axel in the show, he gave me his childhood guitar. And there's a backstory to that, because what ended up happening is, as you all know, a very favorite movie of mine is the movie Juno. And when I was younger, when I was 17, I had a crush on a girl. And she played the guitar and I think piano. She was a little bit more I thought that she was very musically inclined. She really wasn't. But I wanted to impress her. And so a song that I enjoyed was Ho Hey by the Lumineers. And I wanted to be able to learn how to play that song. Because even back then, I kind of was starting to get into folk music and then deviated from that genre for a while. And then now that I'm older, I'm back into it. So I really like the Lumineers as well as other artists that have that folky sound and tell stories with their music. And so what ended up happening is Charlie would always play his guitar on set. And by playing, he was really just doing chords, is really all he was doing. And so I would ask him different questions about guitar, and then I ended up telling him, well, no, it's actually because I want to impress a girl, So I'm wanting to learn how to play this specific song so I can impress this girl. Long and the short of it was, he gave me his childhood guitar for Christmas. The thing was, though, is it's a steel string guitar, not plastic. And so I did not have the opportunity to, like, play it where I could build up calluses for it. And what I came to find out as I was trying to make the chords is that this pinky, because I broke this pinky when I was really young, I have no strength in this pinky. And so I don't have the ability to take these fingers here and pin a chord to make a chord. It sounds horrific. It's very out of tune. It's bad. And so that was a huge damper on me. And then come to find out that the lady I had a crush on, it was not batting for the team that I could qualify for, if you catch my drift. And so, yeah, that went the wayside. This is the same girl who I took to sushi, and it was a date only for me. Because that's how it was presented to me by her mom. So apparently her mom didn't know her daughter's goings-on. But anyway, long and the short of it was, I had no motivation after that, and the guitar has promptly sat as a wonderful dust catcher in my bedroom ever since. But yes, I can sing. I can sing. Oh, and the reason why I brought up the movie Juno is because I had this fantasy of, like, it being the end of the movie Juno, where we would sit out and we could play on our guitars together and bond, like the end of the movie. That didn't happen. Hasn't happened yet in my life, but I believe one day. One day. So anyway, long and the short of it, yeah, love to sing. I love to sing. Singing is awesome, and so that's really cool. Next question, last one for today. This is really cool. It's me, Lexus, 19, on YouTube. I'm curious if you would ever talk more about the old, unaired The Middle pilot from 2007. I'd love to know more about it. So I don't know where to start necessarily, other than to just say that, hey, look for it on YouTube. I know that someone in my Discord community found it on YouTube and they posted it. Just look up ABC's The Middle Unaired Pilot 2007. It should pop up. I'm the only cast member that came from that pilot into the show that you all know and love. I'm gonna say a really, really, really hot take. I liked my castmates in the first pilot more than the second one. I'm human, I'm entitled to an opinion. But yeah, Ricky Lake played the mom instead of Patty. An awesome, hysterical guy by the name of Lex Medlin played Mike. I forget the name of the gentleman who played Axel. And then the girl who played Sue was a young lady. She was Canadian from Vancouver, Canada. Her mom was incredibly nice to me. The guy who played Axel, he actually was more like a big brother to me than Charlie was. Now, Charlie was always cool. Don't get me wrong. Charlie was always cool with me. But this other guy, man, like, we would go so far as to, like, sword fight with sticks on Warner Brothers Ranch lot. And just, like, talk about different things. He was pretty cool. But yeah, that family, insanely awesome. Now, I will actually add the caveat that the old Mr. Ellert was not memorable to me. Brian Doyle Murray was a far superior Mr. Ellert. And then Chris Kattan was a hilarious Bob for the show. And that was funny too, because I think that they wanted to have him initially be more involved in the show. And then they got to know him. And they were like, oh, never mind. So, anyway. Here, hold out your cup. I'll give you the tea right now. I'm spilling it. Anyways, so yeah, that was a lot of fun. I definitely often wonder, because clearly what was meant to happen, happened, right? The show went the way that it went with the cast that you all know and love, and that's awesome. Huge blessing. That's awesome. That's fantastic. But even Ricky Lake was so sweet to me. I could tell her about random stuff as little, 7, 8-year-old me. 8-year-old me. And they actually, like, listened and acknowledged me. And it was so nice. Lex was this dork at times, but he was hysterical. He came up with some witty stuff that really made me laugh. And we had a really good camaraderie. We all really did. And so it was really, really, really cool. It was a very fun experience. And so, yeah, I miss them. Those are all people that I would love the opportunity to work with again. And my short list of the people I would love to be able to work with again would 100% be like Ricky and Lex and you know, the original cast from the original pilot. I think that'd be hilarious to do something with them again. I'd love to work with Peter Berg as a director who directed Hancock 1. I have to caveat that. By the way, hey Sony, bring me back for Hancock 2. I would love to make an appearance in that. Please. Everybody else would too. Like, for real. Stick me in Hancock 2. It'll be great. I'd also love to work with John Bernthal again. I got to work with John in my very first show that I ever did, which was called The Class, which was actually the very first audition I had ever done. And first director was James Burrows from Cheers and Frasier. My first scene partner was Jason Ritter. I'd love to work with Jason again, too. He's awesome. Very nice guy. Very down-to-earth guy, but loves what he does. Yeah, I'd love to work with John again, though. John Bernthal was seriously awesome. Very nice to me and my mom when I worked with him. And this was all him pre, you know, The Pacific, The Walking Dead, and The Punisher, you know, all the stuff that launched him in his career. So yeah, it'd be awesome to work with John Bernthal and Jason Ritter again, too. That's kind of my short list of the people I'd love to work with again. They were very, very cool, very kind to me when I was little, and then now that I'm older, I'm more, you know, thoughtful, I'm more creative and mature as an adult. It'd be interesting to see how that would transpire, you know what I mean? So that'd be fun to see how those dynamics go. But yeah, other than that, awesome experience the first pilot was. Nothing short of an adventure. Immediately after that, I left and went to New York to film my very first AIG commercial. And so I found out that I was booked for that during the filming of the first pilot. So that was an adventure. But yeah, awesome stuff, awesome times. It was really cool. Alrighty, cool people. Another fantastic episode. I had so much fun with you all. Thank you for joining me for lunch once again today. Hope you have a fantastic Saturday and a fantastic rest of your week. I cannot wait to see you in the next episode. Do me a favor if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, ring that notification bell so you can be notified each time I upload another awesome video, and please be sure to share this video on all of your social media. It goes a long way to helping the channel grow and bring in more like-minded people into our community. Y'all are awesome. Have a beautiful day. God bless. Do widzenia.
I just want a great life, something where I feel like I just didn't waste time, something I look back and say that was a great time, cause man I just hate when the years pass by the wayside.